Hey guys, and welcome back. Today I filmed for you my cream contour video. So basically everything I did in the last video, but with creams. I don't really have a preference either. Some days I feel like cream and some days I just feel like powder. Powder is definitely the easiest, but if you'd like something that looks a little bit more like airbrushed or put together, I can definitely suggest the cream contour can definitely do that for you. It can also look a little bit more natural, as well as some people might even find it easier. So for those of you who would like to learn how I did this, please keep watching. Alright guys, so to start off, I've already primed my face and added my foundation and concealer, just the same as I did in the last video. So now we're going to start to go in with our cream contours. Today I'm going to be using the Anastasia Beverley Hills Cream Contour Kit in the light version. Going to be working first off with this middle tone here. Now, when it comes to cream contouring, you always want to do your highlights first. That way, when you, let's say you're going to blend out your contour shades, you don't want to be like blending out your contour shades, getting them perfect, and then having to go over certain areas with the highlight shade. It's just going to make it look really muddy. So we're going to, of course, go in first with the highlight shades. Just taking a bit on my finger, and I'm going to do a little bit in the eye area and kind of in a triangle, just like I would my concealer. Going to apply it down the just underneath the cheekbone and jawline area, just in between there, to really add to that highlight and add some coverage. Gonna go middle of the chin, cupid's bow, and down the nose, and then a little bit of a triangle in the middle of the forehead. When you're done all that, you should look something like this. Now, taking my trusty beauty blender, I'm going to just dab it along the areas and blend this out. You can always use a brush for this part as well, but I do find that with this product being a little thicker, I do tend to go over it with a beauty blender usually, just because then it picks up any excess so it does not look cakey. You can use any kind of concealers or anything like that to do cream contour as well. You do not actually need a kit. I find that this is better for someone who is more artistic, maybe uses it a lot more. But if you're only going to do this like once in a while, or you're just getting started, I'd say go with a concealer color, a really nice like full coverage concealer or foundation of your choice, and picking colors, one that's about 1 to 2 shades lighter than your foundation of choice, and then 1 to 2 shades darker and ashy tone. That way you don't look orange, and that way the colors are just perfect for your skin. Now that we've finished that part, I'm going to go in with my contour shade. I'm going to be using this shade right here. So the shade I used already was neutral. Now I'm going to go in with Havana. Oh no. Now I'm going to go in with Java. I don't know, I always find I use different brushes for this part. As long as you have some sort of firmer brush that is a little bit more fine, I'm just going to use this like foundation brush. That I'm just going to kind of use the top of it. That way you're not putting too much on. You're just kind of, you're able to be more precise with it and whatnot. Actually, I lied. I'm going to use this highlight one, the same one I used in my last video to contour my nose. I've cleaned it and I'm just going to use this little guy actually. So to contour the cheekbones, we're going to be doing the exact same thing, but you do want to place this a little higher than the last time. I spoke about how a lot of people tend to bring it too far down when it comes to powders. You definitely want to keep this in mind when you're using creams, because when you do blend out the creams, they do definitely like have kind of a mind of their own. You do end up blending it a lot further down than you think you are. I made that mistake the first time I was using this kit, and it was just, I don't know, I feel like it looked super weird. So I'm gonna take it and pretty much almost put it where I almost put my highlight. Like, it's kind of like sitting right on the cheekbone, almost above the cheekbone. And I'm just gonna do a line like that, just about that much, and stopping at the end of the eye there. You just want a little bit, because when you do blend this out, it ends up being very extensive, and you can always add more if you need to. Gonna bring what's left on that brush down the sides of my nose. Take a little bit more and just bring that same shade along my hairline, and this always gives a really, really nice natural look and natural blend to the rest of the face. And like I said in the last video, you can take a little bit down the jawline. I'm just going to do a little bit. Basically just using what's left on my brush. So now that you look something like a clown, we're going to go ahead and blend this out. Today I'm going to be using my Pro Full Coverage Airbrush brush number 53 from Sephora collection. It works really amazingly as a foundation brush, especially with full coverage foundations, but I also really like to use it when it comes to doing the contour on my face. So I'm just going to be working in small circular motions and sweeping back and forth just to blend this product out. What's great about creams as well is that if you make a mistake or you put too much, you can basically just blend it until it's gone or add some of the highlight to counteract any contour and vice versa. So awesome choice if you do have drier skin. Or even if you have oily skin like me, it's always a good choice, especially if you're just you know, you just like the look. It looks a little bit more natural and it does give your face a nice glow without it looking like greasy, which is awesome. I personally love the look of the creams, especially with this palette. I find that my face ends up just looking so like airbrushed. I love it. I'm just gonna go ahead and take my beauty blender just to blend out the nose a little bit more. I just find this a little easier. So from here you can pretty much add a little bit more if you want to. I like looking a little bit more natural when I do this look, especially today. So I'm just gonna go ahead and set that now. I'm gonna be using first my Sephora Bright Set Powder in the banana shade, just to do my under eye area. And then I'm gonna go in with my Rimmel Stay Matte in the translucent shade for the rest of my face. So now I'm just going to add a little bit more warmth back into my face. So I'm going to be using the Makeup Forever Pro Bronze Fusion in 15i, I think it is, which is the lightest of their newest bronzers. These are fantastic. They're definitely worth giving a go at if you haven't tried them yet. So like I said, just adding a little bit of warmth back into my face. Generally going over the same areas. All right, I'm gonna move through this last bit quickly because my camera's gonna die. So I'm gonna go in with my e.l.f. blush in Tickled Pink, as well as my MAC blush in Rosy Outlook. And just mix the two together and add a little bit of warmth to my cheeks with blush. Now I'm gonna go in with my Laura Mercier highlight. Alright guys, so this is the final look. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you'd like to see more. Alright, see you later.